if you're into collecting movies, then you definitely know a thing or two about boutique labels, that they can introduce you to different movies that you wouldn't see otherwise, and the wide variety of genres that they offer. And in my opinion, one of the number one companies is Vinegar Syndrome. They do amazing work with each of their releases, and they always offer a wide variety of different types of movies and experiences. And I recently got their halfway to Black Friday sale box order, and I just kind of wanted to show what I got and kind of tell you my opinions on some of the movies that I've seen since I've gotten the package. So the first movie up is New York Ninja by John Liu. And this is a movie that honestly should not exist. If you know a thing or two about Vinegar Syndrome, then you definitely know the history behind this, of how it was a long project. It was completely discovered by accident, the raw footage, and it was pieced together without a script, without sound, and the fact that this even exists and I'm holding it in my hands is just a wonder. And I can just say that this, in terms of comparing this movie to, I guess, like a same type of movie, I would say it's along the lines of Miami Connection. And the interesting thing about this movie is honestly the behind the scenes of the restoration of this movie is just so fascinating. The commentary track, the making of with the film's redirector is just so interesting, of just the whole process of even tackling such a humongous project like this. And the fact that they were able to get such a stacked cast with Don the Dragon Wilson, Cynthia Rothrock, Michael Berryman, Linnea Quigley is just amazing. And this is such an entertaining movie. And the fact that they were able to just get this out into the world is an amazing feat. So next up is Steel and Lace. And out of all the movies that I ended up ordering, this is the one that I would say is more of a blind buy, because I really did not know anything about it. If I'm being honest, I kind of thought that it was more akin to like a science fiction action movie, more along the lines of, let's say, RoboCop, and that sort of thing. And it is that, but it definitely goes more into the genre of horror. There are some amazing gore sequences in this, and more than once it made my mouth like drop to the floor with some of the things that happens in this movie. This was a complete surprise, and honestly, out of the whole stack that I have, I would say that this is probably my favorite. Um, yeah, I don't think this movie is being talked about enough. I really think that people should check this out and see for themselves. Now, next up on the list is Beware Children at Play. Now, this is a trauma acquisition, and this is definitely a movie that I had heard about. And if you know this movie, then you definitely know the last 5 minutes. And since getting this movie, I have seen it. And if I'm being honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. I think that the last 5 minutes are insane. I just, it is one of the craziest last 5 minutes of any movie you can ever see. But that is the last 5 minutes, and the previous just runtime. There are some, I guess, bad movie qualities to it, but it really is slow in some parts, and it really just kind of drags on. The gore sequences are fun, but I really don't see myself, going back and rewatching this movie. But like I said, that those last 5 minutes are definitely something. So, if this interests you, this is, along the lines of, like Killer Kid movies like Devil Times 5 and The Children. And I don't know. I wish I liked this more than I did. So next up, we've got Dario Argento's Trauma. A couple years ago, I actually wanted to try and dive into his filmography since I really had not at that point seen any of his movies, and since then, yeah, I've seen the major ones. Deep Red being my favorite out of the things that I've seen, and this is one that I've been meaning to see. And when they announced this, I kind of held off on watching it until I got this version, since this is a newly restored version that has, I believe, the full English track, and this is the first time that it's been available. Um, Again, this movie is, you really do have to be in a mood to kind of watch a Giallo movie. It really does not play by, I guess, normal conventions. I guess you kind of have to be in the headspace of just, you kind of have to really go along with whatever is being shown and just kind of accept it. And there are some very bizarre things that happen in this movie. In terms of where this ranks in his filmography, I would say it's about in the middle. Um, and yeah, this is definitely a movie that if you have kind of held off on seeing it, I could see people going either way. Either they really love it or it's not for them. So I would say just, check it out and kind of decide if where this lies in, I guess, Dario Argento's filmography. Um, and yeah, the gore gags in this movie are provided by Tom Savini, and they are great. They aren't as frequent as what I was almost, I guess, expecting, since when I saw his name in the credits. Um, so yeah, this is definitely a movie that I may go back and revisit, but I would say it's about average tier Argento. And I know that with some people that they really love this movie, and again, this may grow on me. Deep Red was kind of the same thing, where I watched it and it really did grow on me, and now Deep Red is one of my favorite movies. Next, we've got Expect No Mercy. And this is one of the VSA lines. And I kind of have a small collection of them. The other two that I have are Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death and Savage Harbor. And between those, I've seen Savage Harbor, and that is a great bad movie. That is such a fun, enjoyable, what is happening every single scene movie. And I would put Expect No Mercy up there. But I will say that the fight scenes in this movie are really well done. And this is my first movie that I've seen with Billy Blanks in it. And they actually have released, I believe, two other Billy Blanks movies in the same line and everything. But this deals with virtual reality, hired assassins, mercenaries, and kung fu and fight scenes and gunfights, and this is just a non-stop just action movie, 90s action movie. And the virtual reality scenes are, they're 90s virtual reality scenes, and if you're in that mind space to see something of its own, I would definitely check out Expect No Mercy. So next up is a movie that I have yet to see yet, and I believe that this is another Troma acquisition, and it's Fortress of America, or Fortress of America. And I really don't know a whole lot about this movie. When I ordered it, I was just kind of wanting to get more of the VSA lines and try to see what there is to offer in the line, since I kind of am new to that line of VSA releases. So hopefully this is something to check out and everything. But yeah, we'll see. So that was it for the Vinegar Syndrome releases, and then the other releases that I got are all the partner labels. And so first up, we've got from AGFA the Blood Arama Triple Frightmare, and again, this is a movie that, or should I say, three movies that I have not seen yet. And it's got Help Me I'm Possessed, Night of the Strangler, and Carnival of Blood. And I am really interested in this. I love the fact that this is kind of programmed almost kind of like a drive-in triple feature, where even on the back of it, it even says that you can do a drive-in mode, which is kind of, it plays all three of them uninterrupted, and that's kind of how I want to experience this instead of going through each one of them one at a time. So I'm very, very excited to check this out. And so next up is possibly the one that I was most excited to get in terms of the partner labels, and that's Boarding House. Again, I have not seen this yet. I've heard some great things about this movie. That this is a crazy, crazy movie. I do believe that this was a shot on video movie, but it was maybe blown up or it was released on 35 millimeter. I'm not sure. Yeah, first shot on video horror movie to be blown up to 35 millimeter. Okay, yeah. So that, I'm really intrigued by that, and just look at that cover. It's I'm really excited to see this and to see what it offers. I've heard about this for a while. If you know the magazine Horror Hound, that's where I kind of first heard about this movie. And when I saw that AGFA was releasing it, I knew I had to get it at the halfway sale. So that's Boarding House. And the last one is one that I have been wanting to get for a long time, just solely based on the trailer that AGFA put out. And that is Treasure of the Ninja and the Films of William Lee. Like I said, I have not yet checked this out. I'm kind of savoring it because I am so intrigued by this movie just based off the trailer. That trailer that AGFA has on their YouTube channel right now made me laugh so hard, and I am so excited to check this out. And the fact that not only does it come with Treasure of the Ninja, but it also comes with a whole other movie by William Lee. I believe it's called, Dragon versus Ninja. And I'm very excited to check this out. Again, this is another shot on video movie, and you really do have to be in a mood to watch one of them, but they are one of a kind, and I don't know, I just think it's amazing that these companies are putting these things out for collectors and people who love to see more regional movies, and this one definitely will fall into it. I can just guarantee it. And so yeah, that was Treasure of the Ninja. And so yeah, that is kind of my whole haul and everything of Vinegar Syndrome releases. And yeah, I'm really excited to check these out. And I'm really curious to see what everybody else ended up picking up and what they were able to grab. I know that the 4K of Thriller, A Cruel Picture, was definitely a hot ticket item, and I believe that the big box of that is sold out. But they have like a standard release and everything. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what everybody else got. And yeah, that's it. All right, take care.